Hi guys, it's Chris from Domestic Chris, and I'm back again with another episode of Mickey Money Monday. This week we're going to be talking about budgeting and why I think this is really important, not just in your savings for Disney, but in your life in general. So, how I set up our budget is maybe a little intricate and detailed, but it's money. And if you don't tell your money where to go, it's going to go wherever it wants. And that's one of Dave Ramsey's principles. I don't necessarily use a cash-only envelope system, as I do find it very handy to pay a lot of my bills online, or via my debit card or whatever. So I do think it's very important to keep a running check register, and some people just think that that's crazy and out of style, but I still write checks for certain things, including our offering at church and maybe some random things for my kids' school. So it's very important to me that I know that I have these checks that are out there and not just floating around. I can't always go by what my checkbook online tells me. I need to actually know on paper what's going on. So I'm going to show you some ways that I manage our budget. So first, I've got a couple different folders here, binders, rings, paper, things. So this one, I've been keeping this now since all of 2015. I might even start this in 2014. Let me see. 2014, I did. So this is, I've been doing this for 2 years now. And what I do is, I'll show you this one. I start with the month, January, and I say electric bill, gas bill, phone bill, internet, TV, car insurance, my husband's life insurance policy, regular expenses that we have. At the time we were saving something, we had our offering, paying extra on my husband's truck. I was buying newspapers for couponing pretty regularly then. So I just wrote all those things down every month just so that I knew what was going out. I also had some times where I might, like on the back, run out like, okay, how much my husband was making, how much we were actually spending, things like that. As time went on, what I started doing was just kind of simplifying it, and I would just say, these were the bills that were coming out. So at a glance, I knew what was coming out. Then I got smart at the end of last December 2014 going into 2015, and I said, hey, there's these things that we need to pay, and I didn't want them like springing up on me, or I was having them come out, but I wasn't keeping track very well of what they were. So I started a new page for January, and this is where I wrote down all of our annual fees. So here, my husband's union dues, interest on our student loans, maintenance on our lawnmower, car, our health insurance. We have to pay so much of a deductible as a family, so I budget that out on a monthly basis for our annual limit, so that when things come out, I have the money and I just subtract it. I use that for medications, doctor's visits, things like that. Our annual license plates, our clothing budget, and our car repairs. So then at the time we were having a vacation fund, paying extra on my husband's truck, my life insurance, Christmas money, my husband's off day and holidays, things like that. So then I did it again. So this is something just every year I revamp it and I say, okay, we're not paying extra on the truck anymore because it's paid off. Yay. So then where's that money going to go? For a while, we were also saving for my daughter to have a procedure done. That's over. So where does that money go? And so at the end of this past December, I made a new sheet in my book, and I said, okay, these are our annual fees. So think of that. If there's things like license plates that you know you have to pay, go off of what you paid this year, and it's going to be very similar next year. I actually had budgeted over $100 more than I needed because it went down, and that money went into some fund. I don't remember at the time, but so that really helps me to know these are things that I'm going to have to pay at some point in time this year. Let's make sure that I have money for them. This might be something that Dave Ramsey would call a sinking fund, but I keep it in a bank account online. So there's that. Every month, usually towards the end of the month, I get an idea of what all is coming in for the next month, and I write it all down. And I know my husband gets paid every week, and he pretty much gets paid exactly the same thing every week, unless there's overtime or he misses. And so I know, all right, we've got this much coming in, and this much needs to go out. And I tell my money where to go. You need to do that too. Okay, so that's kind of just generalization. Then I quit using an actual checkbook register because it wasn't really working in my checkbook and I was keeping it separate with these other things. So I actually switched to using just a notebook. A woman that I knew many years ago, she did this, and so I started doing it too. And all I do is I use a ruler. I keep it, whoops, sorry guys. I keep it handy dandy close by. And I mark lines, and I have my minus, plus, and my balance, and I keep it running. I started this one day after I'd gotten really behind in balancing my checkbook, which happens sometimes, and I used up like a whole register and 2 pages in here. I was really behind. But I keep better up on it now. I actually just balanced my checkbook today, which was, I hadn't done it in about 2 weeks, which is the most I try to go without checking it. I try to do it weekly, but with all the other stuff I have going on, it doesn't always work out. But I try to at least every 2 weeks get this balanced out. So anyways, keep a running register so that you know for sure how much money you have. And I use a notebook to do that. Then I mentioned in the sinking funds that I have several different kinds. Well, one of my sinking funds, the bank account actually holds the amount for several sinking funds because it's kind of like a little bit adds up to a lot over time. And so what I did was I created another thing, and I write in here, okay, this is the health insurance page, and we had to get some medicine, and that's all that's on here right now. So we had to get some medicine, and it was like $100 for one of the medicines. So I write that down, and I subtract it from my balance so that I know, because I felt like, man, I had a lot of money in this account, but I wasn't sure. Did I have extra clothing budget money? Did I have extra money from car repairs? Like, where was my extra money? So now I know how much I've spent in the health insurance money, in the car maintenance money, in the clothing budget money. I know that because I have this whole other binder. I first had read a book called, it was by, they're now called America's Money Smart Family. They used to be called like America's Cheapest Family or something, the Economides family. They've been on TV. They have a couple different books, and one of them I read was like How to Cut Your Grocery Bill in Half, which was awesome, right? But they talked about how they had like 20 pages of things to keep track of. And I was like, whoa, that sounds so crazy. And now I'm totally doing that. But it works because I know exactly how much money I have to spend in each of these categories. And it keeps me on track and makes sure that I have money for the things that we need. And I make sure I have money for the things that I want. So do that. And then of course I have my new, not sort of fancy, I've just put some random things on here. This is my Disney budget binder that I'm using to track all of the things, including the topics or videos for you guys. So in here what I have like my planned expenses, and I cross them out when they've been done. You know, I write down tickets, the budget that I have, how much money I've paid already. Then I have all my saved funds, and I write down where it came from. Like I had, what did I have that was interesting? Oh, I got a $5 Amazon credit from Lunchables from buying a certain new kind of Lunchable walking taco or something. It came up on Catalina for my M-Perks. I had a coupon. I got the Lunchable super, super cheap, like $1, and then I got a $5 Amazon credit. So next time I bought something on Amazon, I paid myself $5. I also had some money. I sold some textbooks, put that on here. Ibotta money, movie money. So anyways, I keep track of all my saved funds so I can see all of the crazy places where my money comes from. Then I have a Disney gift card tracking sheet, and I have them separated on like which gift card has how much money on it, because you can load them up to $1,000 per gift card. I've got my Disney Dream Rewards balance sheet. I have my Target gift card balance sheet, and again, I write down what was it that I bought that gave me this $5 Target gift card. Just some ideas for how to save money I wrote down for myself. Hoard my M-Perk rewards. I always wait to use them on or around the date that they're about to expire. Use cash and save change. We've talked about that. Buying discounted gift cards from the groceries, stop shopping, stop spending so much time out buying things I don't really need, pay myself for freebies, so like kids meals, the Starbucks coffee you've heard me pay myself for before, so things like that. And then this is also where I kind of wrote down my automatic payments that we've mentioned in the first one. My escrow was thankfully lowered on my mortgage, and so I'm saving that money towards Disney. We've decided to take the kids from gymnastics, and no Children's Museum membership renewing this year. So those are where my automatic things came in. And then just my ideas for my trip, my Money Monday ideas. Anyhow, I have it all written down. These are my brains. If I didn't have it written down, I go crazy. I put little things in there too to keep me motivated and exciting. So, some other ways that you can save for your trip is to actually put it in your budget, which we had done before. I was saving $40 a week, so about $160 to $200 a month to go towards our trip. I say up to 200 because occasionally there's 5 weeks in a month. And something came up and we had to spend that money, and I was really sad about it. But sometimes that happens, and it's being avoided now because I revamped how I was doing our annual fees. For example, I mentioned that occasionally there are 5th weeks. So those of you who get paid every week know that 4 times a year you're going to get paid an extra week. And if you get paid every other week, you're going to get paid extra twice a year. And if you're on a salary or you get paid on the 1st and the 15th, I'm sorry, but that's not going to apply to you. But for those of us who have these weekly or bi-weekly things, you have extra money. You know, if you balance every other month off of a 4-week paycheck and you occasionally get this 3rd or 5th week check, save that money. And we'll talk about that some more later. But I had divided originally everything out by 52 weeks, and I switched it to 48 weeks so then I could really have that extra money. So anyways, look into doing some different things like that with your budget. Take a look on Disney Online, plan out your dream trip or a trip that's reasonable for you and realistic for you. Do you want to stay on property? Do you want to get annual passes? Do you want to go to all the parks? How long do you want to go there? You know, get this budget idea in mind from looking on the websites, and then see how long is it going to take for me to pay this off. If it's $3,000, divide that out by 52 weeks or 48 weeks or so much a month, and see how long it's going to take for you to do that, and see out of your regular budget how much you may be able to put towards that. And if you can't, then what can you do to get that money? Can you have a yard sale? Can you do some of these couponing things? Do you have a talent? Do you make cakes? Can you watch kids? Can you pick up a part-time job? You know, what can you do to make Disney fit in your budget? Stay within your budget. That's so important. I'm really, debt-free may not be for everyone, but debt-free is for me. And that's really where we want to be and where we want to stay. So we're looking forward to that. So anyways, I think that's enough about that. If you have any questions, please comment below. Don't forget, I always have every week in my descriptions my links to sign up for all of the things that I have. Ebates, Shopmium. I don't really use that one. I don't know why I have that on there. Anyways, all of the rebate and coupon apps, I have them below. Please sign up. And if you don't have them already, let's talk about Disney. So my little piece of Disney that I've been wearing all day, and I took it off so I could show you, is my Maleficent socks. They say perfectly evil, and I've had them on. They probably have dog hair, sorry. I got these as a gift. They were on clearance after Halloween, actually, from Walmart. There was a 2-pack. They have the Maleficent socks and then also like her dragon self on the other pair, and they're really cool and I love them. So I had my little Disney piece with me today, and I wanted to share that with you guys. Then I also want to show you my other little brother, not the one who filled the Mickey piggy bank, but one who actually deposited a lot in my fridge fund. My little brother, he had recently been to Disney over the New Year holiday, and he brought me back this pin. And I have 2 little girls, and so he said, this is my older daughter, and this is my younger daughter, and this represents my dog. I said, oh yeah, he likes warm hugs too. So thanks, Swiggy, for getting this for me. All right, so what you really want to know, right, is how much money I've saved this week. I wrote it down. So I had $9 in in-perk rewards. I had three $3 rewards that I used. And remember, those are rebates to me. I pay myself for them, take it out of my grocery budget. We had another $3 ATM fee returned to us, so I transferred that from one account to another. I got $8 from Energizer rebate deposited into my PayPal account, which I transferred into my bank account. They have on a lot of the Energizer battery packs right now. If you buy 2 of them, you can get your codes on there and you can submit for an $8 Energizer rebate. The batteries on sale. I needed them anyways. I wish I would have had a coupon too. I did think I got them on a 5% off, but at Meijer. But so anyways, I saved extra and I got this, made my batteries super cheap. I've seen also at Target, they have them special marked there that if you buy 2 packs, you can get a $10 Target gift card from Energizer, but they were about $1 more expensive. So if I had an ad, maybe that they could match the price of the batteries at Meijer or somewhere else, then it might be worth getting the $10 Target gift card instead, since you can also use those to purchase Disney gift cards. And about Target, then I also got $10 in Target gift cards this week, $5 from purchasing vitamins. There was a deal this week. If you bought 2 different kinds of vitamins, you got a $5 gift card. These were the little critters and like Vitamites, something like that. They're from the same company, and some of them had Peelies on them. Now so that they were try me free. I was only able to get 1 with the rebate Peely thing, so I'm going to submit for that and I'll let you know when I get that. But my kids love chewy vitamins, and having some extra vitamins on hand for myself will be good. So, and then I also bought my husband some more energy drinks while they're on sale. It's cheaper than him buying them at the gas station, and I get this $5 back. So all in all this week, I saved $30 towards my Disney trip. And we talked about last week, I need to save about $15 a week. So I doubled that this week. Yay! Woo woo! I'm so excited. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Next week, we're going to be talking about the Disney Visa credit card and how you can use that to save money at Disney World and what kind of perks that has. So I'm really excited to share that with you guys. I look forward to seeing you again next week. I'll see you real soon.